I don't even know how I'm going to get into this one, guys. So this is pretty big. Jurassic World Evolution just announced their aquatic DLC. I can't wait. We're going to get the most. I can't start the video like that. Like, that's actually mean. That's like, oh God. Okay, guys. So no aquatic DLC just yet, but I will fill you in on some stuff with that in just a moment. The new DLC, Secrets of Dr. Wu, was just announced. Well, not just announced, like 10 hours ago or so they announced it, and I'm just getting around to it now because I've been playing Ark nonstop, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. The new DLC was announced. I have all of the patch notes for you. I've collected some information as well. We're going to speculate on some potential hybrid creatures coming to Jurassic World in the future as well, and a lot of stuff. I need to take a moment and chill, so you guys watch the trailer. However, I will leave a timestamp for you to skip to if you don't want to watch the trailer or you've already seen it, because we're going to take a more in-depth look at this trailer, seeing as Bo said this, and well, yeah, we have to, oh boy, I have stuff for you, and you're gonna like it.
To some people, what I do is indistinguishable from a miracle. The complexities involved in recreating life millions of years expired, unfathomable. In the right hands, genetic modification is the most powerful tool ever created. Like any tool, it requires skill to wield, and when used correctly, creates art. There are no miracles here. There is science, and my experiments are simply the next step. Why imagine the possibilities when I can make them a reality? Evolution is just the start.
So that right there, my friends, is the DLC and what it's about. Now, I do have a list of things coming to the DLC. However, we're going to pay special attention to this reveal. And, well, let's just start. Hey guys, this might have mild blood and violence, just so you know. So if you're not a teen, you need to leave the video. Please kill me. So this expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it, I assume will revolve around hybrids and new creatures, but also new areas being added to the map, which I will get into in just a little bit. They can't add new islands per se, but they sure as hell can expand the ones they currently have. Now, looking at the list, I actually found something really interesting to do with the creatures, and I think it was actually an editing mistake, but right here, if you look at this, there is a Carnotaurus on the bottom, but there is another one above that. Now, my first impression was, why the hell is there two Carnos? And then I realized that the second one is actually a Ceratosaurus. It's just not put down correctly in the text, which I don't understand. Why would they have the Ceratosaurus icon and then the Carnotaurus name? Someone needs to do a better job at auditing how they create their trailers, because it's small, but like it's still a little bit. Let's continue going down through this list. I did try to enhance these digitally and see if I could see what exactly was in the list. Unfortunately, I could not. However, if we freeze frame right here at this moment, we can see some of the creatures in the list. It doesn't seem like there's anything new that we shouldn't be seeing right now. These seem to be all creatures available in Jurassic World Evolution. However, they did make one mess up already in the very beginning of the video. So what I digest from that is we're probably going to find something else that they might have messed up with. So keep your eyes peeled as you watch. Continuing on from here, we see all of the DNA profiles of the creatures and viable candidates and ones that may not be viable as well in the future. Now, our first hybrid is the Stegoceras Ops. And I actually have a funny piece of trivia for you guys and this Stegoceras Ops thing, whatever they want to do. So, in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we're going to touch base on this too later on, but in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we actually got a look at this thing. However, it was dramatically different looking. Let's just pause right here. This is a clip from the movie of them making a hybrid, the Stegoceras Ops, which it looks entirely different, and it looks more Stego than anything, but I imagine since Dr. Wu was working on this stuff and it was still a work in progress, this is not what they wanted as the final outcome. It's basically a Stego with Triceratops horns, and I can't really digest much more than that from what we see in the clip. However, this is from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom from what I understand, so, you know, you think what you want. There was also this thing here too, something to do with the Packy or something, and they were doing stuff with that too. I don't know what hybrid they were trying to make out of that. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think, because this is all canon with Dr. Wu's research. Now, I will make a note that we do not know if Jurassic World Evolution and Jurassic World the movies flow canon with everything that's happening, you know, on screen, off screen, and in-game and out-of-game. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go with the assumption that there is the possibility, since they use the same characters, they are doing the same things in the same type of theme, basically, if that makes sense. I can't say 100% if they are canon or not, and if they are not canon at all, well, I guess I'm talking out my ass to a lot of people. And if I'm right, well, I gotta guess right. So let's keep watching. Now, combining these two, obviously, very different, and these two are completely different in size too, but if you combine both of them, you get the ankly, that monstrous thing. And then obviously a fan favorite that they wanted to sneak in here called the Spinal Raptor. Now, I like how it zooms in on the raptor's claws as a forefront, and you can see right there the Spinal Raptor. I don't know how big it would be, unfortunately, but I do have some stats for you guys to look at from past interaction with these creatures, I guess. Now, the maps themselves, let's get interesting and scientific, okay? We saw the maps, and we saw targeted, pinpointed locations on the maps, and they outline the areas too. Well, let's figure out what's happening with these. So I know in that trailer, they basically showed us the exact locations of where we're going to be building when we unlock the new facilities Dr. Wu had created. And I know also a lot of people are very upset that we're not getting quote-unquote new islands and new maps and stuff like that. But here's the thing people don't realize. We have a ton of available space on the islands we used already. A lot of these islands we're using are gigantic, and we're only using tiny, tiny sections of these islands. There is so much room available in the background that we just can't access. It's ridiculous. We don't need new maps. We need to use the current maps, and they're going to expand those, I believe, so we can build and create these hybrids. Hell, they might even utilize the train system and make it so we have to travel using the train from one base to another on the same island, effectively making a brand new map, but at the same time, well, it's still the same map. Now, they did the same thing on the other island as well. However, it gets a little bit different with this island. Moving into Isla Takano, I think that's how you say it anyways. Moving into this one, it's the same idea. It's a giant island with a lot of unexplored and unused land mass. I would argue just as much, if not more, than the other island would be profitable to use for a park. And you can see just the size of scale here, how little land we are using compared to what is available past the mountains. There is so much landscape we could potentially be using, and we just haven't been using it yet. Now, I can't quite pinpoint exactly where on the map we would be because I can't leave the map's bounds, unfortunately, but like the coast is down that way, and that is more or less how you get your bearings on where we're going to be building. I think we're going to be building somewhere in the distance up here. That's what I'm thinking, either in that green area you guys see right now or past the mountain that's blocking off the rest of, well, nothingness back there, because there is nothing back there. The game is very bare bones and super optimized, if that makes sense. Okay, so anyways, moving back into the trailer, there is not much more that we see. We see Dr. Wu logging out of his system, and he confirms the shutdown. Some stuff flashes in the background. I didn't really see anything there. It just says goodbye and stuff like that. And then there, oh, hey, Secrets of Dr. Wu is going to be available and all that fancy stuff. Now let's touch base on a couple things and potential stuff coming. And I'm going to speak about these hybrids too a little bit more. Things get complicated really, really fast when we start adding in Dr. Wu more to the equation, because this is the guy that's basically got all of the genetic codes. This guy won the genetic lottery when it came to dinosaurs. This guy is the reason we have hybrids going into Jurassic World evolution right now, starting with the Indominus Rex and then his creation of the Indoraptor. And now we move into other creatures like the Spinal Raptor and a bunch of other nasties, basically. And this opens up the floodgates, obviously, for even more hybrid creatures in lore because, well, obviously they've successfully made some very weird mutations. But outside of the game as well, there are things being hashed out then with the game studio and the rights owners of Jurassic World and all of the other games to do with Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, and all of these hybrids. I think we're going to be seeing many, many more hybrids brought to the game. This is just a taste of what's to come, along with the other update material as well that they're bringing in. To understand more, we really need to move into who Dr. Henry Wu is. Dr. Henry Wu is actually someone who wants to be God, more or less. He wants to use genetic code, genetic DNA, all that stuff to create things out of what he currently has, basically. He thinks creating monsters is a pastime hobby, and he's very smart, so he's able to do that. Now, just to clear things up a little bit, the status of Dr. Wu is he is deceased in the novel canon. In the films, he is still alive, and I am basing this off of the film canon because, well, obviously we hear Dr. Wu talking and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like it's past tense because these creatures are going into the park in real time, yada yada. However, we know he survived because if you watch the movie, you know he was saved by mercenaries. They dragged him off, yada yada yada, and, well, that's basically that. But more or less, he's the equivalent of a mad scientist with a ton of genetic stuff. He's the guy that's going to be creating all of these things per the storyline. Just to be clear, I don't know if this Dr. Wu we have is canon with the novel and the movie, obviously. And the thing about it is, I don't think he's canon within the movie and the novel because he's dead in the novel but alive in the movie. And he survived, and now we have the next Jurassic World coming out, and he's still on the loose. And, you know, it's... And moving into the post made on Reddit by Bo. Hello there, this is Dr. Henry Wu speaking. I know you've been hard at work across the island to design and breed the most awe-inspiring and sometimes fear-inducing creatures. You've had success, I can tell, and I like your methods. So I'm here to ask for your assistance. I've got a very, very special project for you. Should you choose to join me in my efforts, think about it. But do know the reward we will reap is compelling, to say the least. I look forward to hearing from you, HW. And then they go on to state the missions and stuff like that. So I'll read down through this real quick for you.
WWE Secrets of Dr. Wu is coming 20th of November 2018. New missions, locations, and dinosaurs are waiting to be unlocked by you and will offer new and intriguing side stories that you haven't experienced in the game before. Dr. Wu is looking for associates with a track record in running a successful organization and experience with the design of hybrid dinosaurs. Earn his trust and you will embark on a business venture together, which include all the features of this new content. If you accept his mission, a new area will unlock on Isla Muerta, which we already spoke about. We showed the location of that, where we think this is going to be, where Dr. Wu is working in secret to research and breed never-before-seen hybrid creatures. If you do well, you can unlock a host of new research options and upgrades. There's a lot more to the story, but we won't spoil the fun for you here.
Aside from a whole new narrative to follow, there will be 5 new dinosaurs to provide additional challenges with their own behaviors and needs. The Troodon, which was a fan favorite, I remember Steam Blast made one of this before. He made like this, I guess, stand-in Troodon, what it would look like in the game. It was a fan favorite, and I guess they saw so many videos were made on this, so many people talking about it. They said, hey, we gotta add the Troodon. Apparently it has a poison bite attack and giant herbivores as well. Dr. Wu's special hybrids, Ankylodycus, Docious, Stegoceras Ops, and Spinal Raptor will be making their appearance here. Be careful, some of them might have sharp teeth. Well, clearly, Spinal Raptor. That's gonna be a bad time. There will be new genetic research items such as a comfort gene, which will let you manipulate how tolerant dinosaurs are to their conditions beyond the expected trait. And for the selected few Dr. Wu deems successful or worthy enough, you can unlock the Indominus Rex camouflage gene, which that is absolutely amazing. Upon breeding an Indominus with this modification, it can camouflage when it exits its creation lab. Hunt, panics, don't let it out of your sight. Finally, there will be some new building upgrades, like additional incubation speed increase or speed increase for the transport team, plus an advanced storm defense system to provide better protection against rough weather conditions. There is also an update paired with this DLC, and it adds new dinosaur behaviors, a day-night cycle, higher capacity feeders, and new contracts. Now, the dinosaur behaviors basically mean there will be group leaders or alpha dinosaurs leading the group. They will sleep together, they will eat together, they will socialize more. It'll seem more like a group mentality and less like, oh, well, we got lucky with that AI kind of conversing, if that makes sense. Just to strengthen this, a community manager from Frontier actually commented on the new system, and they said certain groups will have a designated alpha who will lead them. The alpha is based on the dinosaur rating, so as rating changes, leadership fights can take place where dinosaurs will duke it out to see who should lead the gang, which is great in my opinion. Another one was that it's based on the dinosaur social stat, and they will travel, hang out, socialize, and even sleep as a group. So you probably want to bring up the social stat a little bit. And in return too, I mean, maybe we can have multiple Rexes, multiple Indoms in the same enclosure, bringing in more for that park or that specific part of the park. Everything really included in this, as stated, is 2 new standard dinosaurs, 3 new hybrid dinosaurs, a new narrative campaign involving the experiments of Dr. Wu, new areas to build in and release your dinosaurs, new research options, new upgrades for your buildings and dinosaurs, and a new advanced storm defense building, which we actually saw in the trailer. And unfortunately, posted 2 days ago, there are still no plans for marine creatures in Jurassic World Evolution. We've still got a huge amount of choice for land-based dinosaurs which could be added to the game, and we continue to work on all the feedback and improvement suggestions we've been receiving. So that's about as much as I can give you right now. I will give you some information on the Spinal Raptor and the other creatures that are going to be hybrids brought into Jurassic World Evolution, starting with the Spinal Raptor right here. Now, I am using the Jurassic World, the game wiki right now, so I can find some of this information. Get out of here, advertisement. I'm gonna have advertisement on this video. But more or less, we get an idea of what this thing may look like in game, how big it may be, you know, so on and so forth. But it is all subject to change, unfortunately. We do see some stats as well. However, I don't think these will be the stats in the final version of Jurassic World Evolution, because this is from an entirely different game. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it is the biggest creature in the world in these images, but I haven't played Jurassic World the game either, unfortunately. So, you know, there is that. It could be very big. And unfortunately, I don't see any stats about how big it may be or anything like that. Really, all we get to see is the life and attack and, you know, stuff like that, basically. Basically, how much health I assume and how much damage it can do when it battles other dinosaurs. Another one is the Stegoceras Ops, again from Jurassic World the game, and we can see all of the information right here, how it may look in the final version of the game if they take inspiration from it, you know, yada yada, basically all of that basic stuff. This is an abomination as far as I'm concerned. I'm not big on all the new hybrid dinosaurs, you know, like, okay, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of hybrids. I do. I genuinely do. And that's because I play a game called The Isle, and I'm super hyped for their mutated strain dinosaurs. But I would love to see some actual genuine creatures in the game as well, more than the hybrids, surprisingly enough, because the hybrids just seem like they're bigger, spikier versions of their counterpart. And the hybrid stuff is kind of strange. Indominus Rex was really cool. Indoraptor was kind of you know, to me, because Indominus Rex was the badass, and then like they tried to capitalize off the strain again, and you know, it's more or less that stuff. But anyways, I'm going off track. Sorry guys. This is the Stegoceras Ops, and well, that's basically that. If you guys have any information on these hybrids, let me know in the comments section. And then this is the Ankylodocus, whatever. Anyways, you get the idea. This is going to be a very, very large creature, and we know that right off the bat because it looks large, and yeah, that. Again, the stats are not from Jurassic World Evolution. They may be entirely different. I don't know. I would imagine all of these hybrids would have more capability to attack and hurt and survive attacks than any of the other creatures of their same size, weight, mass, stuff like that, because they're genetically modified, obviously. And in the movies, you know, assuming canon and stuff, in the movies they were genetically modifying creatures to make them more bigger. They're making them badder, you know, and just more teeth, basically, I think is how Dr. Wu put it. He wanted more teeth, bigger teeth, and scarier. This DLC adds a ton to the game. I think it will revitalize the community as a whole. And God, like, I feel like they've probably gotten a lot of the back end stuff they had to get done, well, completed, I guess, so they can move forward with maybe faster updates now, because I know they had a lot of stuff to repair, they had a lot of stuff to work on, a lot of stuff to fix, and it would make sense now if with this update they add some core features that we just don't know about yet that really enable them to explore just what it is to run a Jurassic Park. All in all, I can't wait for this update. I seriously can't. I think it's going to be a genuine breath of fresh air, and we need that in the community more than ever. Even I myself was starting to question, hey, was this a cash grab? Did they abandon the project? But no, they've opened the floodgates. The potential is there for so many new hybrid creatures, and the fact that they're still adding creatures to the game as well should say that they're going to be continuing development as planned. They may have hit some hiccups and stuff like that, and I can understand why they don't want to share a roadmap, but at the same time, I've actively watched the number of people playing Jurassic World Evolution completely flatline, more or less. There are very few people playing this game anymore compared to other games that are releasing and updating, so I guess only time's going to tell what they have in store. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section for this video, and if you have any information and stuff too, fill me in on anything I may have missed out on or I might have forgotten. If you know any storylines as well, or if this is actually canon with the movie, I would love to know so I can continue on, because I have some theory videos if this is canon with the movie. And all right guys, that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.